First things that I want everyone to try and focus on is don't be isolated. When people feel isolated, they get depressed, and it's a psychological effect of human behavior, because we're not meant to be in isolation. We're meant to be social beings. So the opportunity that we have to really make a difference right now is substantial, right? And what I mean by that is we can actually be the opposite of being isolated, right? So not only should your daily routine be the same, but it should be even better and more focused right now. And there's a lot of people that are just rolling out of bed, maybe sleeping in a little bit more. Kids don't have to go to school. Their whole normal daily routine is thrown off. What we're finding is that impacts their productivity, right? And so what I found myself doing is same routine, right? Get up, still wake up 4 a.m., get my exercise in, get my mindfulness in, eat well, have some time for yourself, still hang out with the family. And then, I basically set up a home office, which you're kind of looking at here. And, I have collared shirt on for when I do my webinars with realtors or I do market updates. I happen to be wearing shorts underneath this, but nobody knows except you all. And ultimately, what it's going to do is it will allow you to digitally show up and look the part. Imagine one of your clients calling a loan officer, right? Not only are they probably not going to get a hold of them, right? Or imagine one of your clients calling a realtor. Probably difficult to get a hold of them, right? Because there's so much going on. Everyone's isolated, kids running around. But then if they do, best case scenario, they're just going to talk to them on the phone, and it's going to be in a very somewhat unsettling, chaotic environment. Now, imagine the opposite, right? Client calls you and say, you know what, let's jump on a webinar. I'm going to shoot you a link. All of a sudden, they're seeing you in a setting that does not look chaotic. You look the part. You know what you're doing. You're owning the situation. And that instills so much confidence, right? And instills so much confidence in your partners, in your team, well, very importantly, in your clientele. We've been using a platform called Discord, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But Discord is really cool because it's a virtual office, right? And so everyone, people trying to use Skype or they'll use Zoom from time to time. But I want everyone to see what Discord looks like, and I'd highly recommend you guys look at using it for your real estate teams and for your mortgage team. So I'm going to drag it over here. So this is Discord, and essentially what it is you can see over here on the left side, these are all of our employees, and they're all in their offices. So we have Team Platinum in here, Team Mamba. So these are all the people on these teams. Team Soci, you have my team here. I'm in my office, Mark's in his office. We have our processing team, our loan coordinators, our operations, production, post-closing team, marketing team. All right, so if you have any decent sized team, and I would say 3 or 4 people or more, if you're a branch manager, if you are a broker, if you're running a real estate team and you have 6, 7, 8 people on your team or more, this is really good for a multitude of reasons. One is it creates efficiencies, and I'll show you here in a second. But 2, it also creates accountability, right? Because you really don't know how hard people are working or what they're doing or if they're working. So here, everyone is quote unquote in their office, right? And so if someone were to come into my office, they could literally just click on my name, they'd show up in my office. I'm muted and I'm deafened, so they wouldn't be able to get a hold of me because they know that I'm busy right now. But I'm going to jump into my operations manager's office here, and I'm going to chat with her. Let's see if this flies. Hey, Jeanette, you available? Darcy, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just on a webinar and now I'm showing people how Discord works. So right now I'm in Jeanette's office. Jeanette, say hello to everybody.
Hello. Hi.
So I can talk to her about a file, anything I need, and then I say thanks, Jeanette, appreciate your time. I'm gonna go back to my office and I hang out in my back here in my office, right? I can go to my production manager's office, my marketing team, my post-closing team. I can go to anybody's office, chat with them the same way as if I were to literally walk up from my office and go to the next one. So, and then when I don't want to be bothered, I just mute and deafen myself, and now nobody's going to bother me because I'm in my office. Essentially, my door's closed virtually here. It creates a sense of community, right? It creates a sense of camaraderie. We have, group chats here in the lobby, right, where people just, start chatting with each other. Everybody's kind of, giving feedback. People are being funny. This is the sense of community that you really need at this time. And if not, then you guys may feel a little bit fractured. People may feel disconnected. Efficiencies are going to go down. Productivity is going to go down. next is going to be why your agents need art of homeownership now more than ever. So for the realtors on the call, really listen up to this. For the loan officers on the call that are working with their agents or have the opportunity to work with agents, I had a conversation with a partner yesterday, a brand new agent that I had never met before. Well, not brand new, just brand new to us. They do about $150 million to $180 million a year in transactions. Really sizable team, top team in North Orange County, and we had never met before, right? We never talked before. We were introduced through our business development manager, and essentially, we just walked him through the art of homeownership. And this is a guy who spends probably $10,000 a month on social media. He spends a significant amount of money, $100,000 plus getting into new markets. So he understands the value of investing in growth. And we just walked him through the art of homeownership. And by the end of it, he was so blown away. And he was just like, and he had another lender, right? But that other lender was just doing loans. So by the end of it, we were partnered. We never met face to face. We never really did anything. He's signing up for the platform. And it was a realization that people need this now more than ever for a really important time, right? So right now is an amazing time to connect with your database. As a real estate professional, there are people in your database that are having hardship, right? They're having hardship because they're having to work from home and they don't have daycare or childcare. Their income may be suppressed or furloughed for some time. They are impacted in one way or another, and they're trying to figure out what to do with their real estate and their finances, right? Everybody is thinking it somehow, right? Now, it may not be immediate, but they're thinking long-term, short-term. And if we're not in front of that, and if we don't own that, then we're not providing the value that we should. And when someone else comes along, when another real estate agent comes along or another lender comes along and does offer that to your client, they will then own that client, right? They will then adopt that client. That client will cease being yours and start being somebody else's who actually shows forward care and thought. So really important that you're connecting with your database. You can use Art of Homeownership on social media right now as a free product that is going to help clients during this time, right? So everyone and their mother is on social media right now in ways they never have been before, right? They're trying to get updates in their community. They're trying to see what other people are doing. They're trying to share. It's our way of not being isolated right now, right? It's our way of still having a sense of community because we're all locked in our houses. Putting your Art of Homeownership out there for people to learn and sign up on, and offering it as a product to help during this time where you can do analyses and reviews for people. You can help monitor and manage their mortgage. You can give them a concierge that can help them with things they may need around the house right now, even though it may be difficult to get someone to show up. You can give them the monthly real estate wealth digest that they can start analyzing and looking at and really, sinking their teeth into. One of the telling things why I know Art of Homeownership is working better now than normal is our normal email open rate for our weekly real estate for our wealth digest is usually about 100% to 105%. This is it now. Now, HomeBot has an average open rate of 60%. Our clients, because they're Art of Homeownership members and they know to use it so in depth, and we train them on it, we're tracking like 115 to 120% right now. People are looking for information. Like just in the last 10 minutes, we've had 15 plus people look at it. Right? And this is opportunities for you as real estate agents. It's opportunities for you as lenders to really go and help these people understand what they're looking at. They're wide open to having a conversation right now. I can promise you that. Being able to offer this to people who don't have this right now is really important. It's something to talk about and offer when people may not want to buy or sell. So I can't tell you how many agents are saying, "Hey, Ryan, what are you thinking? What is this going to happen?" Like we're seeing a slowdown. Showings are down 35% in a week. People aren't interested in selling, people aren't interested in buying, there's just fear, there's panic, there's uncertainty. So if they don't want to do something right now, what's the alternative? Right? The alternative is to offer them something of substantial value that you can help them work through. It doesn't cost them anything. Right? So now agents can go adopt more people than they ever have adopted. Offer your clients the ability to have a review with your lending partner. For all of you mortgage lenders on this call, or if you watch the webinar later, forward this to the agents that you're interested in working with, right? And just potentially this section. Every single person in your database right now really deserves to have someone call them and chat with them about their situation, to talk through what's happening in their life, to look at their real estate, their finances, their insurance, their liquidity, their cash reserve position, their retirement plan, which is severely impacted for most Americans right now, right? People may be pulling money out of the wrong assets right now, right? They may be pulling money from a diminished stock portfolio or 401k or IRA, or getting distributions if they're retired. Someone from an unbiased perspective, if offered to reach out to them and help give them an analysis and walk them through some things, and if nothing else, make them feel a little bit more certain in an uncertain time. Virtual walkthroughs. Make sure everyone's out of the house, right? Do a virtual walkthrough with a camera, or you can even have someone film you as you're going through the house, right? Try not to touch anything. And explain every detail, explain every room, talk to the camera as if you're talking to a prospective buyer coming to the open house, right? That way, if anybody is interested, don't just email them the link where they can watch that virtual walkthrough. Make them sign in through it, right? And even better, you can use your Art of Homeownership site to say, sign in here with your information, and not only will you get the link to watch the virtual open house, but as a buyer, you'll also get really great information and really great perks and access to things that are really going to help you through your home buying journey. Now, another cool thing that we thought of is doing digital open house hours, right? So you can literally set up a Zoom meeting, and they have to pay for the upgraded Zoom account. I think it's $13 a month or something like that. I'm not sure. But imagine, on social media, you say, hey, we're having a virtual and digital open house for 123 Main Street from 1 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. Right? Now, depending upon the size of your real estate team, you could have multiple of these. But let's just say you're one realtor and you have one open house. Now you have this 3-hour window where you basically open a Zoom meeting, and anybody can join that Zoom meeting and ask you questions about that open house. And then as soon as they join it, you basically say, here, watch this link, right? So they can see the link in the Zoom meeting. They can click it, they can watch the video, and then as soon as they're done watching the video, they're right back in the Zoom meeting asking you questions about the house, right? So this is the way you can be in front of a ton of people, and then at the same time, you can add every single one of those people that come through. They have to sign in with their email and phone number and everything. You can just, hey, what's your address? I'm going to add you to our Art of Homeownership site. That way you can get a lot of great information. Here's some information about it. Call me if you have any questions. It'll be super helpful for you when you're thinking of potentially buying and selling, or just being a homeowner or a prospective homeowner. From a lender's perspective, imagine this. You can literally be involved in as many of these as you want, right? So if your agents are having digital open houses, you can just be signed in to 10 different Zoom webinars at once, right? And all you're doing is just sitting there, right? You could be watching TV if you want, right? Nobody's going to know, right? And then as soon as someone says, well, I have a question about financing. Oh, my lender's here. Click, right? All you got to do is listen for that, right? And then all of a sudden you're up, you're on. Ideally, you look presentable. You can see the person, they can see you, or maybe they're not on camera, but at least they can see you. And you're immediately having conversations with buyers who are at digital open houses, talking to the agent, talking to you. Highly recommend setting that up right now, right? Because you guys can gain so many buyers. And then I'm going to give you some more information here later on how to talk to them and things to share with them.